Hey, hi guys, welcome to PCF. Okay, so in my YouTube channel, there are so many comments. Okay, post it in English. Okay, so whatever the interview question and answers, okay, post it in English. Okay, so that is the reason I'm doing this Power Query interview question and answers video. So there are some interview questions. Okay, so I'm covering some interview questions. Okay, if you want to more questions like some real time related things, okay, you can post it here so that. I will do on the video, like whatever the questions you want to clarify, something like that. Okay, that's related to the Power Query. So we'll go with the specific to the modeling and then DAX and then that in separate video session. But if you are related to the only specific query, you are not clear with that one. So if you post it in comment, so that I will do the video on that. Okay, whenever I get the time, guys. Okay. So first, very important thing is that, okay, whenever you are coming to the Power Query, so the first point is, so different types of connection modes. Okay, we have import, direct and live connection modes. So I have already explained this. Okay, if you go to my YouTube channel, so I've explained very clearly about that import, direct and live connection modes. Okay, so if you go to, if you search Srinivas Pujari, my YouTube channel, see the connectivity modes I have explained very clearly. Okay, you can go here and then you can see the connectivity modes, guys. Okay, so for now I will go and I will roughly explain, okay, what is the differences between connectivity modes and all. Okay, we have three types of connectivity modes: import, direct and live. Okay, import, if you see the import points, guys. Okay, if you see the import points, okay, import will import the data. Okay, if you are new to Power Query, guys, okay, if you haven't complete your classes in the Power Query, so better, so this video is not for you. Okay, so if you are already learned the Power BI, and then if you want to prepare, you are preparing for the interview, this video is for you. Okay, I'm going with so overview, like if you want to see the more details, okay, you can go and watch my video, guys. Okay, so import or copy data into Power BI, that is the first point, but direct will take only data will be at source only. Okay, we cannot take the data into memory. And also here the data, so the store step will be data and the model will be at source. Okay, that is the first point in the import and live case. Okay, and also we can connect multiple connections with using import. And also by default, if the connectivity modes is not there, by default, okay, the import connection is there. Okay, but if you go here, okay, you can connect only SQL structured queries. Okay, structured databases only. But the thing is, we can connect at a time only one connection when you use the direct. Okay, and then data limit. If you see the data limit by using Pro, it's 1 GB, and then Premium 10 GB, and then above based on your nodes and capacities. Okay, so but if you come to the direct, guys, okay, the data limit is unlimited. Okay, there is no limit. Okay, why? Because the data is at source level. And if you come to the live connection, it can handle more data. Even it is also having unlimited data. Why? Because the data and model will be at source. And here we can use all kind of DAX functions. Here we can use only few DAX functions. Okay, if you use the direct query, we can use we cannot use all kind of DAX functions, but you can use all kind of DAX functions in the live. Okay, import will be fast performance, and it will have no latest data. Why? Because it's importing data, right? So the data, whatever the data is in a cache, that only it will show. So it will not have, when the next schedule is run, then only it will show the latest data. And also we can have the data view and visual view and modeling view when you with the import. But if you go with the direct, okay, so if you go with the direct, so it is the performance wise slow. Why? Because it has to hit the database and it has to bring the data, and then latest data will have. Okay, so whatever we hit the data, so it brings whatever the latest data available in the database, the data brings. And then here we can have, we don't have the data tab, we'll have the only visual view and modeling view. Okay, and coming to the live, okay, we'll have fast performance and then latest data, and then okay, here only video. Okay, if you want more details, guys, okay, like when to choose what and all, so I've explained very clearly the video. Okay, you can go and watch that video, guys. Okay, so that is about the what are the different types of connectivity modes in Power BI. And then so what are the differences between duplicate and reference, guys? Okay, so that is also I've explained very clearly in my YouTube video. but still I'm giving okay a few points about the duplicate and reference. Okay, so if you are not clear with this video, you can go and then watch that video also, guys. Okay, so here is the duplicate and reference. Okay, so you have so if you take a duplicate, okay, whatever the steps are there, okay, whatever the steps are there in the main query, the same steps will come into the, so it will take all steps from main query to duplicate. Okay, if you see this step, guys, okay, let me go in practically. So let me go. So this is our main table. Okay, if you take it, this is our main table, and if you rename it something and all, okay. So and if you do that, okay. So how many steps are there in this main query? So 3 steps are there. Okay, if you take a duplicate, okay, if you take right click and take a duplicate, so the all steps, guys, okay, if you take the duplicate, the all steps will come. Okay, whatever the applied steps are there, so all steps will come. See, so even duplicate also we have all these 3 steps. Okay, are you seeing, guys? Okay, these are the 3 steps is coming. Okay, whatever the applied steps, okay, but it is independent. Okay, when you take the duplicate, it will be independent. Okay, if you do any changes in the main query, okay, it will not affect to the duplicate. But if you take the reference, guys, okay, it will take only source step. Okay, it will not take all if you take the reference, okay, it will not take, okay, see, it will not take all steps. Okay, only source steps will be available. And also if you change anything, okay, so the same points I have written here, guys. Okay, any changes in the main query, it's not applicable to the for duplicate. And if you apply any changes in the duplicate, okay, if you apply any changes in the duplicate, it will not affect the main query. And main query is not depend on the duplicate. Okay, this will see, guys. Okay, this points will prove. Okay, so if you feel I'm going very fast and okay, if you can go to, okay, the separate video is there. Okay, you can go and watch that. And duplicate query, if you want to delete main query, so even if it is the duplicate is already there, you can delete it. And then if you move to the reference, guys, okay, so it will take only source step. Okay, it will not take all step. Okay, that we proved. And also if you apply any changes in the main query, okay, it will applicable to the reference. Okay, let's see that in a practical, guys. Okay, so suppose if I change something, okay, if I deleted this column, okay, you cannot see that changes in the main duplicate, but you can see that change in the reference, guys. Okay, you can see that change in the reference. But if you change anything in the suppose you added one column, okay, one extra column, something, okay, I am adding one index column, but it is not affect to the main query. Okay, it's not affect to the main query. See, it's not affected. But if you change anything in the reference, also it will not affect. Okay, whatever it changes in the main query, but that only that affect to the reference. But if you change anything in the duplicate and reference, it's not affect to the main query. Okay, hope you are clear. And if you do the any changes, okay, that may be row wise and column wise, so anything, okay, that will affect to the reference. Okay, that's point we have written. So people may ask you. And also if you want to delete, okay, if you want to delete main query, you cannot delete if you have a reference, guys. Okay, see, if you have a delete, okay, so when you have a reference, okay, you cannot delete. But if you delete the reference, and then also you can delete your main table. If you have a duplicate, also not a problem. Okay, if you have a duplicate is not, main query is not depend on the duplicate, but main query is depend on the reference. Okay, see, this time we are not getting any error kind of, okay, warning kind of things. Okay, so that is about the duplicate and reference, guys. Okay, so that is about the duplicate and reference. Hope you are clear. Okay, if you are not clear, so you can go and watch my existing video, guys. Okay, and the difference between the merge and append, guys. Okay, so what is the common thing from the append and merge? What is the common thing means both will combine the tables. Okay, combining the tables, both will do combine the tables, but the thing is the behavior is different. Okay, combine the tables, but behavior is different. Okay, so append will append the, okay, suppose let me take this, guys. Okay, let me take this, sorry. Okay, so suppose you have a table A and then table B. So if you do append, okay, so it will append one by one, guys. Okay, it will append like this. Okay, the table rows will be appended. Okay, append will append the table rows, guys. Okay, whatever the table rows, so suppose you have 3 rows here and then 2 rows here, so it will go with the 3 rows this one, and then 2 rows from here. Okay, total 5 records. Okay, so it will do like this. Okay, so this is append. Okay, if you go with the merge, okay, suppose you have a merge like this. Okay, so so it will append one by, okay, it will merge the columns actually. So this is mainly for the rows, and then this is mainly for the columns. Okay, if you have two columns here and if you have one column here, okay, so two columns here, okay, it will merge the columns like this. Okay, so this is merge, guys. Okay, so mainly, okay, if you want to do see the difference, okay, it will append it will combine the tables based on the rows, and it combines the table based on the columns. But the thing is, okay, it's a kind of union all in a SQL. It's a kind of joints, based on the joints. We have 6 types of joints and all. Okay, again, that video also we have in the YouTube, guys. Okay, if you want to see that things, okay, you can go my channel. Okay, you can find so the difference between the append and merge also. Okay, see if I go see more videos. Okay, there you can find, okay, so manage parameter. Before that, there is a merge column also. Okay, you can see my videos, guys. Okay, you can see videos. Okay, there you can find very clearly. Where is that? So numbers, and yeah, here is the merge and append related so manage parameter. So the here is the merge. Okay, I have explained very clearly. Okay, you can go and watch that video, guys. Okay, so that you will be very clear about the merge and append. And also, okay, so there is a scenario basis. Okay, some people may ask the tricky questions about the append and merge. Okay, so let me show you one Excel, guys. Okay, so that you will be very clear. So what kind of questions they will ask. Okay, so let me go here. Okay, if you go, guys, okay, suppose you have an employee table like this. Okay, only 2 columns, and then append. Okay, if you we can we do append like this. Okay, so the columns are not matching. Okay, so 2 tables are there, but those columns are not matching. Okay, this is employee table and this is department table. If you append, okay, what will happen? Okay, if we can we append this or not? Okay, people may ask you the tricky questions like this. Okay, can we append this or not? Okay, yes, obviously we can append. Obviously we can append, guys. Okay, okay, so like so when you append, guys, okay, so if you, so we'll get the 4 columns like this. Okay, we'll get the 4 columns like this, and then so here this related table will get the null values. Okay, so null values like this, and see here also you'll get the null values. But department table related data will get the under department table, but if you don't match in the employee table, we'll get the null values here. Okay, so this is what, okay, that is the tricky question, guys. Okay, we can do append. Okay, so we can do the append kind of things, but so the tricky questions may people ask you. Okay, so let's see that in action, guys. Okay, so whatever the I've explained, okay, I've taken this same tables here. Okay, this is append table, and so this is employee table, and this is department table. If we do append as a new query, okay, so whatever I explained, the same thing is happened here or not, we'll see that. Okay, so append as a new query. Okay, append as a new query. Okay, if you go with the department table, and then if you append it, see, so the same, okay, whatever I explained, guys. Okay, so this is employee table, that related table, that related value in the department table is not matching, right? So that is the reason we are getting null. And then if you go with the department table, so this is the department value, and then that is not having any related records in the employee table, right? So that is the reason we are getting the null values here. Okay, but we can do append like this. Okay, so that is the main thing about the duplicate, and even merge also. So people may ask the questions like this, guys. Okay, so you have a ID 111 112 null, and then another table we are having 11123, something like that. Okay, so if we do the left outer join, what will happen? And if you do the right outer join, what will happen? Okay, if you do the left outer join, guys, okay, it will 1 1, and it will take 1 2 times, and then 2 it will take 2 times, and then null. Okay, so it will take only null values. Okay, something like that we'll get, guys. Okay, okay, so hope you are clear, right, guys? Sorry, yeah, I'm back. Okay, so so this way we can do the left outer join, right outer join, and inner join. Okay, I will show you for the 2 joins. Okay, so that you will be clear with the other joins. Okay, so I have a table A having 1 1 null and 2. Okay, so and then table B I have 1 1 2 3. Same example I have taken. Okay, if you do the merge as a new query, guys, okay, if you do the merge as a new query, so what you will get if you do the left outer join, okay, what you will get if you do the left outer join. Okay, so if you select the table B and if you select these columns, okay, so the common columns needs to be selected. If I go with the left outer join, guys, okay, so if you expand it, okay, click OK. See, we are getting 1, 1, 2 null. Okay, so the same I've explained here, guys. Okay, this is the left outer join, and if you do the right outer join, we'll get like this. Okay, so it will go with this 1 and compares. Okay, 2 times 1 is there, right? So that is the reason it will get, and then 2 is there again. 2 will get, and then so we have a right side record. 3 is there, so that is the reason we'll get 3. So 3 related record we don't have here, right? So that is the reason we are getting null here. Okay, the same results we'll get here, guys. Okay, this is left. Okay, we can go with the this is left outer join, and then we'll go with the right outer join. Okay, so people may ask this tricky question, guys. Okay, don't get confused. Okay, so you have to very clear about this, and so select this common column and then select the right outer join. Okay, so you can do for the remaining. Okay, I will explain in Excel, but you can do for the remainings so that you will be very clear. So maybe tomorrow. Okay, see whatever I explained in Excel, the same results we are getting. See, yes or no, guys. Okay, so even if you do the full join, guys, okay, so even you get okay 1 1 2 times and then 2 1 time. Okay, it's not repeated, right? So okay, you will get only 1 time, and then so null you will get, but this null related record is not there, so that is the reason we will get null values here. And then 3 will get, okay, so 3 related records we don't have here, so we'll get them here. Okay, so you can take same example and then you can try for other. Okay, left hand and right other joins, guys. Okay, so that is about the tricky questions they may ask you about the merge. Okay, and also people may ask you, okay, if you take append and merge as a new queries, okay, so is that reference tables or duplicate table? Okay, if you take append as and merge as a new query, okay, so those are okay, it's having only okay, so if you go here, okay, it's having only the source step case. Okay, after that you can okay, so that means if it's having only source step means what? So this is the okay, if you go with the append, okay, append will have only source step. Okay, append and merge queries are both are having source steps only. If you go with the merge as a new query, append as a new query, it will have only source step. That means okay, these are the reference tables. Okay, you can say it's a reference table very confidently. Okay, it's not a duplicate tables, guys. Okay, and then how to change the source dynamically in Power BI Power Query. Okay, so dynamically concept. Okay, whenever you get the dynamical concept, guys. Okay, so even I have created the video on this. Okay, manage parameter, guys. Okay, so you can go and watch the manage parameter things here. See, here is a manage parameter. Okay, so you have a class here, so you can go and then watch this manage parameter video, so that you will very clear about how to change the source connections or how we can change the any value dynamically. That thing we can find there. And also what is conditional column. Okay, based on the existing column, if you create a one more column, that is conditional column, right? Okay, that is conditional column. Okay, so you can give some example. That is also I have created the video. Okay, so for conditional column I have created the video, you can go and watch. Okay, so if you go my YouTube channel, there is a conditional column. See here, a conditional column. I have given 4 or 5 examples, guys. Okay, you can go and watch and you will very clear about the conditional column and all. Okay, so that is about the conditional column. And then so different types of licenses. Okay, even these licenses also I have explained very clearly in the video, but again if you want to go with that video, you can go that video, guys. Okay, so if you go here, so you can see the different licenses. Okay, so this is the types of licenses, and then differences I have explained very clearly. But if you want me to explain here, so I can go here and then I can explain this one, guys. Okay, so if you go here and then see the different types of licenses, we have a 3 types of licenses: pre-license, pro license, and premium license. Okay, if you go here, okay, all kind of so if you go the pre-license, okay, so we have all kind of functionalities but no sharing. What is mean by all kind of functionalities means okay, you can have a power query, power pivot, and power view, and then Power BI service, but you cannot share with the worldwide users. Okay, so that is the drawback. But so for learning purpose, we'll go with the pre-license, guys. Okay, So for learning purpose, whatever the things you can go with the we can do all kind of functionalities. It's a lifetime free. Okay, it's a lifetime free. Okay, and all kind of functionalities with sharing. Okay, if you go with the pro license, we have all kind of functionalities with sharing, and it's a user based license. Okay, per user per month we have a $9.99. And if you share the report to the end user, okay, end user should have the license, guys. Okay, if you use the pro license, and then refreshes per day. Okay, so 8 times per day, and then we can do the basic analytics, and then last point is, okay, we can do the small and medium. So who can use this pro license means, okay, small and medium business companies can use that pro license. If you go with the pre license, okay, premium license, okay, so whenever we have a large user base, we'll get benefited. Okay, so what are the benefits we'll get? Okay, suppose we go to the supermarket, if you take some bulk things, okay, you will get some cashback offers, something like that. The same way, okay, so if you take individually, you will get more charged. Okay, but if you go with the bulk, you will get less charge, and you will get more offers also, cashback offers, and then some different kind of offers you can get. Okay, what are the benefits you will get? Okay, it's a capacity based license. Okay, pro license is a user based license. Okay, it will give for individual users, but it's a capacity based license. And also recently in 2020 they have used the premium per user also they have introduced. Okay, for that it's a $20 per month, guys. Okay, but if you go with the premium per capacity, so there are different types of nodes are there. Okay, based on the nodes. Okay, but initially it is a $4,995, guys. Okay, and premium per user, okay, we have $20 per month. And if you share the report to the end users, but the end user don't require any licenses, okay, they can access it by using a pre license only. Refreshes 48 per day, and then we can do some advanced analytics. And then here we can do so who can use this premium license means, okay, large and enterprise level companies can use this premium license. Okay, so that is about the so license types, guys. Okay, license types. Okay, hope you are clear with the licenses. Okay, what are the licenses we have, and then what are the differences and all. Okay, and what is the M code? Okay, M code means like whatever the steps you applied in the Power Query, guys. Okay, that will be there in the advanced editor. Okay, so if you go with this, okay, you can see the advanced editor, you can see the steps. Okay, if you go some main query, if you click on that, each query will have the advanced editor. In advanced editor, okay, so you will have the backend code. Okay, so the steps, whatever the steps you applied. Okay, if you let me drag this case. Okay, drag this here. Okay, if you see, okay, the source steps. Okay, the source step. Okay, whatever the source step, and then change type. Okay, whatever you change something in the with the button clicks, everything backend. Okay, so it will return some language, that is the M code case. Okay, that is called a M code. Okay, M code you can find in the advanced editor. Okay, so M stands for mashup, guys. Okay, M stands for mashup and cleaning. Okay, so that is the backend code of Power Query. If someone asks what is M code, where we can find that, so we can find that in an advanced editor. Okay, so M means mashup. Mashup means cleaning. Okay, Power Query main goal is that to clean the data. Okay, so so if you want to know the details about the M query and all, again we have that video for M query, and you will understand very clearly. Okay, it's one of the easiest languages. Okay, even I have created the video on that also. Okay, you can watch. Okay, you can go and watch that video. Okay, and also some more questions. Okay, so that is about the M code. You can see that, and then differences between the merge queries and append queries, we have seen that. And then what is a query folding? Query folding means like if you use SQL as a source, guys. Okay, if you use SQL as a source, okay, if you go here, okay, you can find some negative query here. Okay, so the negative query is disabled now, but if you connect with the SQL, then negative query will be on. Okay, so whatever the steps you applied here, okay, that will be executed in the source side instead of executing Power BI side. All steps, whatever the steps you applied, so that will be executed in the source side. Okay, so that will improve the performance. Okay, if you on the negative query on, and then if you enable the query folding and all, okay, so that will improve the performance. Okay, that is about the query folding. Okay, and what are the best practices you followed in the Power Query? Okay, so you can choose only a source. You may have a 50 columns or 60 columns, but you required only for table. For report, you can have only the 10 columns. Okay, so you can choose only a required columns. Okay, first point is you can choose only required columns, guys. Okay, so whatever the columns you required for a report, you can choose only required columns. Okay, that is the first point. And also if you have some detailed data, if you do it in an aggregation level, okay, detailed data, if you do aggregation, okay, or summarization or group by, okay, summary data, okay, summary data, so that will also improve the performance. And then you can creating parameters also, okay, so create parameters if possible, create manage parameter if possible, that is also improve the performance, guys. Okay, so that is also improve the performance. And also enable load or disable load, if you do append or merge, okay, so the source table is not required anymore in the table, okay, you can go and then you can disable load, guys. Okay, unnecessary tables will not take into the model. Okay, so if you take unnecessary tables into model, that is again burden to the modeling. Okay, so that is the reason you have to uncheck that. Okay, you have to uncheck the enable load. Okay, that will also improve the performance. Okay, and then query folding, just now I said that, okay, query folding is the next option. Okay, if you use SQL as a source, okay, query folding is the next option, guys. Okay, query folding, okay, that will also improve the performance. And try to minimize the steps. Okay, so if you apply same steps again and again, okay, try to keep it in one steps, okay. Okay, try to keep it in one step. Okay, if you apply same steps again and again, try to keep it in, sorry, okay, try to keep it in one step. Okay, so that your steps will be decreased and then performance will be increased. Single step instead of multiple steps. Okay, that will also improve the performance. Okay, these are the best practices, guys. Okay, these are the best practices you can apply in your Power Query, so that even model performance, and then, okay, so these things will be improved. Okay, report performance will be improved. Okay, so if you have any question in your mind, okay, something, okay, this is not able to I'm not clear with these questions and answers, okay, can you make it that video? If you feel like that, okay, you can post it in this video, okay, so that I will create a video whenever I get free time, guys. Okay, definitely I will create. Okay, thank you, guys. Okay, thanks for your time. Okay, this is about the Power Query interview question and answers. Okay, so hope so maybe next week or in the next week I will create the modeling part also. Okay, modeling interview question and answers and DAX interview question